What is happening in SADC, Southern Africa, requires a sober analysis to understand the geopolitical dynamics. Today in this video, I'll be looking at SADC with a view of understanding the successes and failures of the SADC Troika and SADC Heads of State, which was held in Zimbabwe, Harare, in August 2024. Firstly, I think it is important to note that various media reported the success of SADC Heads of State from a different, both in terms of geopolitical and interest viewpoint. I'm going to approach it from a geopolitical viewpoint. Those who want to read further, they can analyze the media. It was widely reported from media, both from SADC and also globally. Of interest is the absence of HH, who happened to be the president of Zambia. Apparently, he did attend via a video link, which is very unusual for such a high-level summit for heads of state. But also, it is important to note that there is no protocol within the SADC itself that compels the head of state not to use technology to attend a meeting, given that the SADC protocol itself has been superseded by advancing technology. Suffice to say, you cannot pin down on Hichilema's absence physically is a snubbing of SADC. But it is also important to drill further to see what are the geopolitical dynamics within SADC. Hichilema has taken, since he took office as the president of Zambia, has taken a different approach from his predecessors. And this is how, and this is why. He's taken a stance which is highly strategic, in that he has refused to be honed in within a specific alliance of SADC leadership. Other SADC leaders, they look to the east. They decided to define their diplomatic, bilateral and multilateralism to China. So they would deal much with China, with Russia or BRICS, as opposed to the West. And then you get to other African countries, especially those within the Commonwealth, who deal, by virtue of being members of the Commonwealth, deal with the UK and also the European allies. And then you've got other countries who take a geopolitical neutrality position, like Zambia. So Zambia has taken a geopolitical neutrality, which is quite strategic for Hichilema to take, because it comes with its own risks and benefits. Now, what Hichilema has done is to position himself in the middle of Kenneth Kaunda and also Mandela on the left. Why I've positioned him right in the middle, I'll justify. Kaunda was of the view during his tenure that yes, diplomatically he will embrace all nations, but in terms of ideologically, he differs with those nations that did not align with the values of Zambia, of one nation, and of the Zambian leadership. A good example is in July, 25 July 1986, when Geoffrey Hall visited Lusaka on a sort of a finding mission on South Africa apartheid. And this is what Kenneth Kaunda said to Geoffrey Hall at the airport of Lusaka. And he said, I quote, Mr. Geoffrey Hall, as a human being, I welcome you in Lusaka. But as an emissary of what you stand for and what you've been sent for by your country, you're not welcome. Now, analyzing that quotation from Kenneth Kaunda gives us a sort of a diplomatic positioning of the leader, in that, yes, I will have to welcome you as a diplomat, but I don't share your values. And that putting a precursor before even a meeting. So that then throws Geoffrey Hall in a quandary. What is he going to do? Does he going to listen to the SADC leaders against the message that has been sent by the Queen or the UK government? That's one area. So you see Lema positioning himself in a way on that angle. The other angle that I talked about is that of Mandela. So Mandela in 1990, when he was released from prison, he went to USA, and there's this famous quote. Mandela, when he was asked whether he was going to implement communism in South Africa, in a post-apartheid South Africa, and why would you take that position if ever you would be, given that countries like Cuba, Venezuela, Russia themselves are struggling, including China. I think he was also asking about China. And he was very adamant to say the problem that people from the West make is that you want to impose your friends to be my friends. The fact that you are my friend does not necessarily mean that I am your friend's friend, which was a bit crafty of Mandela in that response. So you see, HH is right in the middle. HH is welcoming USA, HH is welcoming Russia, HH is welcoming China, is welcoming the European Union, UK, African leaders, and so forth. All you say is, come on, you're all my friends. You are all Zambian friends. But that come with a baggage, because your friends are not necessarily my friends. And you can see, during the same period, earlier this year, Lema commissioned 5 generators sponsored by China and described the relationship between Zambia and China as all-weather relationship. That's a very strong terminology. But all what we've seen from Zambia is that Zambia is strategically positioned itself as a geopolitical neutral country which is ready to do business with anybody. And that's the best you can have in a volatile situation like SADC. And yes, if you look at the reason why Zambia, HH did not attend physically the SADC Heads of State meeting in Harare, I cannot conclusively say it is in line of the geopolitical neutrality, but you cannot distance yourself from that notion that HH wanted to be a very neutral person given the current situation in Harare. By being fiscal in Harare, it means he would be a sort of a confirmation and of the legality of the past elections, which was August 2023. So in a way, by distancing himself from a fiscal presence, he had a leeway, if ever he is asked to argue on the basis of that the elections themselves in Zimbabwe, as defined by the SADC protocol, were not free and fair. Therefore, it would be totally irresponsible for a head of state within SADC to confer or to confirm such a flawed election. So this is how I see SADC geopolitical situation at the moment. I think I'll bring more and more of the analysis within SADC as we unravel the various meetings, summits, foreign direct investment, which countries is getting more foreign direct investment. By the way, because of national neutrality, you'll find that Zambia is getting the biggest share in terms of foreign direct investment, because in theory, Zambia doesn't have enemies, although in practice, it can be argued otherwise. Thank you.